Alright, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the last one. Let's jump straight back into the next episode here. So first things first, let's go ahead and check our inbox. Looks like we got lots of things coming up. So nice, we have a driver development update. So just a quick report of any improvements the drivers have made, and it looks like Hulk has improved his control, which is good to see. K-Mag improved his defending, which is also good to see. And it looks like our current reserve driver improved his overtaking, so good to see. Improvements all the way around. Let's check in with the board. So this is just kind of giving us an update on the confidence level that the board has in us. Looks like they are medium confidence level towards our leadership. So that's good as not bad. So from here, you can kind of see the monthly finances for March 23 if we want to go check that out. This is the monthly car development. So it looks like we're still kind of lacking a bit in the areas we want to improve: the high speed, dirty air cornering, as well as the overall top speed. And the previous race results for the lower category. Okay, yep, this is something new in this game. It's kind of like a almost like a news snippet from like a journalist. Pretty neat to see. So each month they put out something that's so we can see what the other teams are up to. And then kind of like a overview of how the season is currently going. Alrighty, let's check out our cars tabs. It looks like we've got some failed inspections, so it looks like our underfloor needs to be replaced on K-Mags. We swap that out. And looks like quite a few things wrong with Hulks. So let's go ahead and swap these parts out. It looks like we're all good to go here. Let's see if we have a new chassis part. We don't have a second one available yet, so let's go ahead and skip ahead in the calendar. And it looks like we'll finish it up here soon. So as soon as that gets done, oops. Oh, we're already. So now it's prompting us to set up the pit crew training schedule for the next section. So it looks like if we don't change anything at all, we're going to not do so well by the time this is over. So let's change a few things around here. And it looks like this is even worse. So pit stop time, car building. So if we do fatigue reduction, actually let me tab over here. So it kind of neutralizes everything. We do lose out a bit on two categories here. So let's kind of use the fatigue reduction as a base preset and change a few others around to see if we can improve or kind of neutralize everything here. It doesn't quite look like it. So let's go back to balanced here, and it looks like used tires off and car release are some things we need to focus on. So let's come into this split day here, and instead of the gym training, let's do a pit stop drill. And if we just leave it at the balanced, it kind of improves a bit of everything. So let's actually do that. So let's do a balanced approach there. And let's turn this day into the same exact day. Let's change over to use tires off. So it looks like we've improved at least almost everything except for the car release here, and we're also still losing out a bit on the estimated pit stop time. So let's actually add another drill here. I think we're still safe. Let's see if we can improve any of these other aspects to decrease that time, and it doesn't quite look like it. But it does look like the gym training is going to lower that pit stop time. So let's do a gym training there. Let's also do a gym training in the morning here. We're getting a little bit better. 0.03, I mean, that's not that much of a difference. And we're still pretty good as far as the fatigue level of the crew. So let's see if I can add maybe a full gym day here. Let's see if that helps us out. So it does help us out a bit. I think I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to push them too far. And I think that 0.02 is pretty negligible, so we'll just leave it there. And we will confirm that. Perfect. Let's back out of this and let's go back to calendar. And let's get back into... Alrighty, so now... Perfect, so that rear wing design was complete. So let's go ahead and start manufacturing that. Let's see, view in warehouse. Let's see, let me go back to... Okay, we'll just leave it there. So let us, let's manufacture 4 of these for now. We may do another rear wing development in the future. So pretty quick, let's just do it rushed. Back in 22 days. Oh yeah. Actually, yep, let's save that little bit of money here and just do it as a normal approach. And let's double check the chassis part, and we still don't have that second one. Let's check the calendar. Looks like it's going to be done here. Or the first rear wing is here, and that second chassis part is there. So we'll be able to do the chassis on Hulk's car here. And we can put the first rear wing on K-Mag, and it looks like the second rear wing. So we should have both cars with both new upgrades before Baku here, which is good to see. And then it looks like our testing period ends at the end of that weekend as well. So let's go ahead and skip ahead, and we'll try to jump up to this point here, and I'll kind of explain more about what goes on there. So now it's prompting us to go to the inbox. So here's the regulation vote changes. In Formula 1, regulation changes help us to continuously improve the sport for the benefit of competitors and fans alike. Taking this into consideration, we are proposing new minor technical regulations for the 2024 season. We believe that certain regulations regarding the chassis and side pod have become outdated, so a revamp is in order. This proposal will impact the performance of both car parts, so please review the technical breakdown below before voting. So throughout each season, as you play through the game, you're going to have a few of these minor or major technical changes that are going to be voted upon by the teams. So just kind of pay attention to that, and you can kind of obviously see here we can vote for 2 different, or one or the other, as far as side pod focus changes or chassis focus changes. And if we scroll down here, we can see if we've select the side pod focus changes, it's going to minimally reduce the improvements of the drag reduction and the airflow of the chassis part, and it's going to significantly decrease the side pod quality, if you will. If we choose the chassis, it just kind of flip-flops that. So let's see. Do we want a decent change to the chassis, or do we want a decent change to the side pods? Let's choose the side pods, just because we've already improved the chassis part. I mean, I guess we've only done one, and it didn't really give us a huge benefit. However, if we choose this, let's actually flip that. I'm going to cancel that. Let's actually vote for the chassis focus changes, so that way the side pods aren't affected as much. I think with the side pods being kind of a bigger part on the car, I think that by having that be impacted less would be a bit better for us for the following season. So let's go ahead and click this here, and it's going to let us know that we cannot change our decision. So spend some time kind of looking at it, think about where you want to develop the car, which direction, and then kind of make your decision based on that. Alrighty, let's go back to calendar, and we'll skip ahead again. Looks like we have something else that requires a response. So, with short-term investments, I believe we can temporarily boost the effectiveness of our design center to increase the number of engineers on staff and the number of design projects they work at once. This is only sustainable for the short term and spending account. So it looks like we can have a quick buff for our design center for 45 days. That's pretty good. We can handle 6 total projects, and we have a total of 15 engineers. And our improvements, or I guess our kind of other individual perks, will also be improved. And I think at $1 million, I actually haven't paid attention to our money in quite a while. I think that's quite affordable. So let's go ahead and approve that. And I know we're not currently doing any design at the moment, but when we get to this new period here, we'll be able to put more engineers on a project and hopefully get that done a bit quicker, or maybe split and do 2 parts at once, and we'll see how that goes. Speaking of having some extra money, let's go to facilities. And I know these actually are going to be a bit more expensive than we really want to spend at the moment. Without kind of leaving us with a little bit of money. Let's see if we can... Let's go ahead and improve the race simulator. Let's kind of keep that going as long as I can pay attention to that. As well as the team hub. I think having our staff and drivers be able to improve their skills as quickly as possible will be very beneficial for us. Just kind of leave that alone. Don't want to mess with that at the moment. Weather center, we do want to improve that. Let's wait until after Baku. Helipad. We get a bit more on the payouts and the team's a bit more attractive. It's pretty inexpensive, so let's go ahead and upgrade the helipad. It doesn't quite improve our morale yet, so let's hold off on that. And this improves our weekly income, so let's go ahead and do this as well. I feel pretty comfortable there. Let's actually double check the car parts, because I believe we can install the new rear wing on K-Mag's car. Let's go ahead and do that. And let's see. I don't believe that second chassis is ready. Not quite. Alright, so let's go back to calendar and skip ahead. It looks like it's going to be ready right there. Alrighty. So let's go to our inbox, and now we can see the results of the changes we voted for in that last message. So it looks like the majority have voted in favor of the below option. It looks like the side pods are going to be the looks like these side pods are going to be the thing that changed next season. So we didn't quite get that. Looks like the majority voted for the side pod changes. So there we go. And if we go back to this other message, this is the research period. So now that these changes are in effect, so for next season, the car will have these things decreased if we don't start researching them now. And this is just letting us know that the research period has begun. So if we want to, we could come into here and hit research new part. And since the side pods are going to be changing the most, we could obviously, and we are going to want to focus on these. But you can see we don't have any hours available. So I'm not going to do anything as far as research at the current moment. Let's get a few more new parts on the car and then start researching stuff for next year, I think. I think with that, Hulk should be able to take the new rear wing as well. Perfect. And hopefully that chassis is ready for him finally as well. And perfect. So both cars have the new rear wing and the new chassis part. So let's see how well that helps us out. Go ahead and skip ahead, and it looks like we got a few upgrades ready to go. The rear wing has been completely manufactured, so all 4 parts are available for us now. And that's just kind of letting us know here. And the helipad has been upgraded. Let's check out our inbox again. So it's just letting us know, it looks like we have the underfloor and the suspension are in low stock. It looks like we have 3 total. We've only used 1 extra, it looks like. Yeah, because I think we originally started off with 4 each of everything except for the front and rear wings. We had 6 of those. So it should be okay. I'm just going to leave that here for now. We will have to manufacture some more of those parts in the future once we start to use those up. So it looks like the tour center has been upgraded. Got some idle engineers, that is okay because we don't have any points to use. We're not really worried about scouting anyone else as well, so it's just letting us know that we have scouts that are just kind of sitting around. And the upgrade to the tour center. And let's skip ahead once again and get into the race weekend. Alrighty, let's check out the performance targets for this weekend. It looks like Q3 is in the books as a fixed goal. Finish position, both of them finished 12th. So that might be tricky, but we'll see. I think we did pretty well last time out. And we're still doing good with our streaks here. So let's see. Yep, fastest lap again, so we're not going to do that. Let's double check this one. Definitely think we're going to be able to get into Q2. Let's go both drivers this time. Quali position. Let's try this one as well. Let's do both drivers at least. Let's try 14th because we know Hulk didn't quite get into the Q3 session. I think he finished 14th last time out. So let's try this one out and see what happens. Azerbaijan.
Greetings from Azerbaijan.
Beautiful track.
Where we're
I really
back
like
in
the old
country's
castle
capital.
section.
Well, it's not every weekend that Formula One arrives at a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but arrive here we have. Drivers will race around the historic streets of Baku, which includes the race calendar's tightest corner, beneath a medieval fortress wall. Baku City Circuit challenges drivers like few other tracks.
That long,
the tight
long
section
back
through
straight.
the old city demands precision.
Or
The
start-finish
main
straight, I
pure
should say.
aggressive acceleration, and every corner is a challenge for tyres.
It's not a usual F1 weekend though, with
Our
qualifying
rivals.
brought forward to
See if
make
we
way
can
for a all-out
outpace them
sprint
this time
race,
out.
which will decide the grade
Let's
for
see
the
if
Grand
the
Prix.
upgrades we put on the
So,
car,
without
that
further
rear wing
ado,
at least. We know the
let's get started.
chassis helped us a bit, but that rear wing I think is going to be super beneficial. So let's see if that's going to help us out. And as always, I'm going to get the practice sessions done, see if we can get both guys to 100%. And I'll be right back with you as soon as that gets done. Actually, I'm seeing here that this is a sprint weekend. So we only have one practice session. So actually, let's just go straight through the practice session. I'll take you in. Let's do a medium tire, I think. They're good for 59 laps total. So let's do a 59 laps. Let's do a 25 lap run plan with each driver. Let's just kind of quickly move a few things around just to kind of get a baseline. And we'll try to do this quickly here for you. Since this is a sprint weekend, I'll kind of take you through and show you how it works. You only get one practice to get the guys ready to go. But they do improve. They do get used to the track more and the car more as the weekend gets further along. But I still believe you can't quite get him to a car setup of 100% during these weekends, just due to the circumstances with having only one practice session.
The radio check, Nico.
Yep, radio is good.
Yep, loud and clear. Radio check, Kev.
Radio's good.
Good for me too.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and speed this up and try to get some feedback as quickly as possible here. I know in real life they changed the sprint weekend formats for the 2024 season, so hopefully that will be a bit better for the drivers and teams during each of those weekends. I know the 2023 race season was a bit tricky, and even so in this game it's really tricky to get the car set up as best as possible with just having the one practice session before getting into the other sessions there.
In the wall, 15.
Looks like somebody's crashed.
And there's debris.
Set out a VSC. Speed this up.
VSC, VSC. B plus on delta time.
Yeah.
VSC ending.
Yes.
How does the car feel?
Just inconsistency.
Copy.
Looks like K-Mag's not too happy, so let's go ahead and call him in and get him readjusted as quickly as possible. Alrighty, so actually we're pretty good with the oversteer, but obviously you can see everything else here is quite a ways off. So let's play around with a few things here and see if we can get this redialed in. Alrighty, that's it for K-Mag. We'll send back out on that. I think we'll just do the 25 plan again. Yeah, that should be okay. So hopefully he'll give us another round of feedback before then.
How does the car feel, Nico?
It's not good.
Yep, understood.
So let's bring Hulk back in and get him readjusted. Yeah, not good here. And let's try that out. Let's get K-Mag back out. And let's get Hulk back out.
How's the test?
Looks like K-Mag's struggling to get the tires up to temp, so let's
Pick the
increase
pace
his
back up.
pace there for a moment. Uh-oh.
Flag, red flag.
Oh no. Looks like Botas over here. Oh
Right,
no.
taking the second corner.
See what happens. Oh,
And ends
okay.
up in
So
the
yeah,
wall.
he
Now their
just
confidence will have taken a
ruined
hit with
it.
that.
Well, this is
And
unfortunate
just like that, the hopes
because
of the
I've
team
never
start to
experienced a
dwindle.
red flag during a practice session. So we're about to find out what we're supposed to do here. So 20 minutes until the session restarts. And we still don't know how they feel about the car. It looks like the adjustment we made to the oversteer for K-Mag, he really likes. Looks like the straights are still not quite there, so we will have to play around with a few more things. I suppose while we're here, let's just go ahead and do that. Yeah, let's try that out. We'll leave them on the same run plan, same tire. And with Hulk here, let's see. I don't think he was able to give us any feedback at all, so we're just gonna not do anything with Hulk here. And we'll try to get them back out on track as fast as we can. And speed this back up.
I don't see my temps.
Alright, we've got minimal time left in this practice session, so this is not looking
Checking
good.
flag.
Well, that was pretty much a disaster, unfortunately. We have no idea how they like the car, and they're really not that acclimated to the track, but they are comfortable with the car parts themselves. So I guess there's some good news. Alrighty, we'll hit continue here.
Qualifying is coming up, and we're close now to finding out.
So now
how
this
the
is taking
drivers
us
will
straight
line up on
into
grid
the qualifying
for the sprint.
for the race that will take place in later on the
In
weekend.
a format familiar to our drivers, 3 parts of qualifying will decide who sits where on the sprint race grid. A good performance today will give them a real advantage for the rest of the weekend.
There, of course, we've got Nico Hulkenberg. How do you think he's faring heading into qualifying?
The main thing on my mind was their speed in practice. They just weren't that fast. But was that down to the driver, the car, the team experimenting? We don't know, and we'll just have to see how they fare in qualifying.
So stay with us, folks. It's sure to be a good one.
Alrighty, let's get into this first quali session. Yeah, we're not that confident, unfortunately. We have no idea how the car feels. I have a feeling it's better than the original settings we had everyone on, so we're not going to revert anyone. I'm just going to simulate this quali session and see what happens. I don't have a good feeling about it, but let's see. Ooh, alrighty, so K-Mag got dropped, unfortunately, but Hulk is staying in there. Hulk's staying in there. It's good to see. And it looks like Hulk's car setup is really good, so some of those changes we made were good. So that's really good to see. I'm not sure on K-Mag because he's not taking part, so we can't see exactly how he feels. Let's go ahead and simulate this as well. Alrighty, P12 for Hulk. Not terrible, not terrible. Hopefully we can sneak into the points come race time. So now you can see here, we have like a second practice session. Even though it says it's practice, we still are in the Parc Fermé conditions, and we can only adjust one thing here, which is very unfortunate. So our drivers are gonna kind of have to be at this, level here, unfortunately. I'm gonna just simulate this session and get into the sprint race, because there's nothing really we can do in these practice sessions to improve our setup satisfaction. We can kind of just get them more acclimated to the car and track itself. So we'll let the team handle that. It looks like we're improving a bit here, which is good to see. And let's get into the sprint race and see if we can gain some more confidence.
The sprint will soon be upon us. Of course, this is the first sprint of the season, adding an extra challenge for the drivers and their teams. But as ever, in Formula One, an extra challenge is an extra opportunity.
It's not only the starting grid decided here, though. The top finishers in the sprint have the chance to score crucial championship points.
So let's see then how the teams tackle today's sprint here in Baku.
Not sure if we're gonna be able to get points on this one. I believe just top 8 get points for the sprint race. But let's get into it. It looks like we have some things. Okay, so if you kind of hover over this car parts damage, you can see over here that our engine is starting to get worn down a bit. So after this weekend, I believe we'll probably go ahead and swap these parts. Let me actually see. How did I do this last time? Let's actually go ahead and put these parts on our vehicle, so that way we don't run these down, and if we ever need to use this unit again, we're not down to 20% or something. And I will leave the ERS alone here. So let's do that for both of our guys. Oops. And let's check out our compounds. So it looks like the race is just barely 17 laps. We can do the softs. Let's try the soft out. And let's give us one extra lap of fuel. Let's kind of do the same thing we would for the race. We're going to put both of our guys on softs here. So that leaves me. Okay, I think we should be okay here. But you can see... Yeah, it says the softs are quicker. So let's stick with the softs here. Alrighty, let's get it going. Sprint race start.
Our sprint today sees the drivers take on 17 laps of the Baku City Circuit.
Expect to see plenty making the most of Baku's long, wide main straight. That's going to be their best chance to overtake and secure a strong result.
But just who comes out on top when the checkered flag flies? Now's the time for
here
the
we go.
sprint here in Baku. And it's lights out and away we go.
Alrighty, so actually jumping to Hulk since he qualified a bit higher up. And let's follow along with him and see if we can sneak up. And I bet everyone's getting softs here. So it's really going to be about pace and driver tactic. So hopefully we can do pretty well in those departments. We got the tires up to temperature, so let's bring them down here for a moment. Save a little bit of the life. Looks like everybody's on a fresh set, so it should be okay. Oh, come on, Hulk.
Just keep pushing. The wall, 15. There's a lot of debris everywhere.
Nope, Hulk is just dropping left and right, unfortunately.
Broke. Maybe get this race back to us somehow. DRS enabled. You're currently P15. Okay, next Sergeant. So Kevin behind.
Alrighty, let's jump out of the vehicle here and let's see how this pans out. Gonna increase them on the tires, kind of get them up to that 100-degree mark. Looks like K-Mag starting to work through the field a bit. Let's go ahead and drop the tires back down. See if I can get Hulk catching Sergeant there. K-Mag is making some quick work of Folk. I like to see that. I like to see that aggressiveness. Let's go ahead and reduce the fuel here as well. We're about halfway, a bit over halfway through now with the sprint race. So it looks like Kevin's doing really well with the...
We've got a yellow flag here.
the rear wing upgrade. Seems to be as he's liking it. That K-Mag's catching back up to Norris there. So that's good to see. Making some good strides. It's like Hulk sneaking back up. So it looks like once these guys get a bit comfortable in the race, they do start to make moves. So I think we're doing on the right path. Looks like we got a VSC coming now. I think we're on the right path as far as the car development goes. Definitely trying to get that top speed.
There's been a crash.
Looks like Sargent crashed, which brought us up another position.
VSC, VSC.
Yeah, we're gonna run out of time here soon. VSC ending.
VSC ending.
Let's go ahead and increase our pace.
And we're happy with you pushing.
Copy.
And final lap here of the sprint. So pretty straightforward weekend. It's kind of obviously you get 2 races in one, but you only get 1 practice session to really get the car dialed in. So just be mindful, and you can definitely choose to simulate that session if you'd like.
To win the sprint.
But then kind of wherever the guys land as far as car setup goes, that's where you're gonna have to end up with.
That's a checkered flag, Mike. P11. Really not too bad at all.
Nice job.
Not too bad, not too bad.
Checkered flag.
It's like K-Mag
P13.
jumped up
Good job
quite
today.
a bit, so that's good to see.
Yeah, great.
Alrighty, let's speed this up and get into the race itself.
Sadly, no points for Kevin Magnussen in today's sprint.
Not quite.
Yeah, they crossed the line P11, not what they wanted. But the important thing is to learn from this and try something different next time.
Alrighty. Let's continue. Let's double check. Yeah, just the top 8 get points for that. And here we go.
Welcome
Getting into
to
the race.
race day. And before we get down to it, last-minute checks are being made.
Baku has been the scene for some major on-track battles, like Vettel and Hamilton fighting for the lead back in 2017. Will we see more drama this year, I wonder? And the sun is shining bright here today. This is perfect weather for teams and drivers alike to show us what they're capable of.
But for now, though, let's get ready for all the action of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Alrighty, let's check the sponsors tab. And we cannot. You can see we missed out on all of our things here. I should have paid attention to if it was a sprint weekend or not. I actually lost track. I'm still not used to them myself. But yeah, let's get into it. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and add some fuel. Add some pace for each driver. And let's look at the strategies. So looks like the one stop's the way to go. We do a soft hard or medium hard? That's the question. Let's go with the medium hard strategy here. I'm gonna hit edit and see if I can increase it or pick up any time. So let's do this. Let's try coming on lap 24 here with K-Mag. And Hulk's not too far behind. I do like Hulk on the softer tire though. So let's try this out with Hulk and maybe have him go a bit further. Oh yeah, okay. Let's go to lap 22, it looks like. Yep. Let's try this out and see what happens. Kind of liking, now that I look at it, I'm kind of liking the same strategy for K-Mag here. So let's do the same. And 22 also, I believe. Yeah, let's do 22 also. It does save us some time there. So let's get into it now.
Final checks are being carried out on the grid, and it won't be long until we get underway. If Pierre Gasly's feeling the pressure, he's certainly not showing it.
Let's hope we can get some points so we can start closing the gap between Alpine and the Constructor Championship.
This should certainly be a good one, folks. This is what you've been waiting
And
for.
here we go.
It's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Lights out.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Alrighty. I'm not going to... Let's actually watch some overhead for a bit here. Looks like we got Gasly in front. We're fighting with K-Mag right now. Double check the strategy. So it looks like Gasly is potentially going to be on the same strat, but maybe coming in earlier than we are. So let's just keep an eye on that. Let's keep an eye on how the lap times progress as the race goes on as well. Alrighty, I think kind of settled in for this moment, so let's just go ahead and speed this up to 8 for a moment. Looks like we got the tires up above 100, so let's drop them back down and let them burn that fuel for a moment. Let me cycle back over to interval. So it looks like Gasly has pulled quite a ways away already. And we're stuck behind Yuki right now, so I think Yuki's holding us up. Potentially. So we're starting to catch the DRS with K-Mag from Yuki now. Hulk's dropped a little bit. But he does look like he's creeping back in. Maybe. Alright, K-Mag's got his position back. Now let's see if we can catch Russell here. Looks like there was a crash. Full safety car
And
deploy.
here we've got a yellow flag.
So let's see. Oh, and wow, they've red flagged the race. Of course, it looks like it happened right where we were.
Now we see this was at turn 15.
It's like Carlos and
Unable to
Lewis
do
got
anything
into it.
about that crash, and that won't do the car any good at all. It's not going
Alrighty.
the way the team had hoped
Yeah,
today,
that's
that
gonna
is for
throw a
sure.
wrench into everything, isn't it? Red flag, red flag. 10 minutes until session restart. We are currently 11th and 15th. We can stick to the same plan. I think we will. But we're just gonna go... We're gonna start on a brand new set of softs. We're gonna stick with the same plan. I'm gonna... Once this race continues on, because it's currently trying to prompt me into that next tire strategy. Or that next tire, I should say. So let's switch over to a soft. And whenever we get back in, I will have to recalibrate the overall strategy to put us back on that hard, on that lap we want to be on.
Our race here resumes.
And here we go.
We get back
Right back into it. I believe I forgot to reset their fuel and tire. It looks like the fuel is still set from last time. So leave that there. Looks like everybody changed tire, but they might be not. They might be going to the end here. So let's see. Let's see if we made the right decision. Let's go ahead and back out. George is on the medium. And speed this up. Alright, so now let's go ahead and jump back in here and edit the strategy, because we need to switch tires here. And let's go back to that. 25. Actually, I mean, I guess now that we could probably do this, huh? Let's try 28. Let's try this out, actually. And we'll do the same for Hulk, since we didn't change the tire from either of them. And go back to the race view. And hopefully we made the right choice here. We'll find out soon enough. Looks like we're starting to make some places back, which is good. So it looks like we're into the points with K-Mag now. We're starting to catch Gasly, which is good. We need to jump Gasly and try to push him back as far as we can. Yeah, it's getting close to our pit stop here. Go ahead and drop the fuel back down. Looks like Gasly just got us. Looks like we're hanging in there still. Alright, let's go ahead and bring him in. Let's go ahead and pit. Let's give him the aggressive tire strategy.
Box.
Let's pick up the pace.
Copy that.
And let's go ahead and bring Hulk in at the same time. Alrighty, clean stop, get back out in front of debris. Oh, almost. Should be able to catch him though. Yeah, we got some time. Got about 21 laps left. So we should be able to catch some of these positions back. Let's go ahead and increase to 16 because we're just going to let this play through the rest of the race and see where we can end up. Let's drop back down around 105. Bring K-Mag back. Actually, it looks like he's doing it on his own, so we'll leave that there. And we are catching Albon with Mag here. Starting to creep away from him. Let's see if we can do it again here. There we go. I think we got a little bit far enough away from Albon now. So now we are P9 with K-Mag. Good stuff. Pick up more than 1 point this time. Now let's increase the fuel level for each driver. Let's go ahead and increase K-Mag tire. Looks like Hulk is creeping back up slowly. I don't think Hulk's gonna get into that 10 slot, unfortunately. We're running out of laps here really quickly. And we are on the final lap. So this group here just started it. So
Let's add the lift and coast back in.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll leave K-Mag where he's at. I think we're pretty handily in P9 here. Hulk is really close to Lando. Let's see if we can at least gain one more position there. That would be great to see.
Okay, back off.
I'm gonna speed this up to 4. So Hulk's gonna have DRS here. And is he gonna get it on the next one?
Tires are quite hot, Kev.
Copy.
Let's use that K1.
Copy.
Let's go ahead and increase the battery usage here with Hulk. See if we can push away from Lando here. And last lap, so I'm not gonna quite get to Albon. I know somebody went to the hard. Who was it? I think they swapped off it already. Interesting. I'm wondering if we would have went to the hard at that initial red flag, if we would have been able to get any higher up just being on that one stop. Tough to say. I think this was a pretty good call, bringing K-Mag. He's up 2 positions overall.
Over the finish line, and today's winner.
And I believe Hulk is up 1 overall, so that's good. We are starting to gain some positions here. That was very good to see. Very good to see. Let's go ahead and increase this and get to the end of the race. And that about wraps it up.
That's the checkered flag.
Good job, K-Mag. Good stuff. Good work. Good work out there, team. Good job, engineers. New car part. Doing really well so far. So let's keep this momentum going.
Checkered flag. Your P12. That was a good run.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Alrighty, that's the race.
That's Oscar Piastri, after what was a very exciting Grand Prix.
Yep, and with a P19 finish, they'll need to pick themselves up after that.
And no doubt, Verstappen fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's
Verstappen yet again.
4 superb wins to their
Looks
name
like we
now
got a
this
red,
year.
blue,
It's
green
been a pleasure watching
podium
them ride.
there.
And before they get back to work, I think it's time to cool off here in Azerbaijan. Now, Karun, I'd be really keen to know, how do you think the Haas team will be reflecting on today's results?
They did okay today, I'd say. I mean, we're talking about such a competitive field, and all things considered, the drivers did all right.
Yes, sir. All things considered,
Well,
we did
everybody,
pretty
that's
alright.
all from us here in Baku.
Coming up next, the teams will be taking a trip to the Sunshine State. The Hard Rock Stadium is laying down the track
Miami,
for a captivating
coming up
race
next.
at the Miami Grand Prix.
Should be a good one to switch into. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you haven't experienced a sprint weekend, we just did together, so hopefully you learned maybe something to kind of approach your weekend or just simulate it. Honestly, I think the next time the sprint weekend comes up, I might just simulate it. And kind of just keep the season going. Looks like we're doing a little bit better with our pit stops, so that's good to see. Kind of staying around that 3-second mark. We want to obviously decrease that as much as possible, but it's tricky. It's tricky with our budget as a race team overall. So we'll keep working at this and just kind of get everyone improved little by little. If you enjoyed it, throw me a thumbs up down below. Want to say something? Leave me a comment. Subscribe if you feel like it. And until then, I'll see you in the next one.